Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhvi Mhatre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We are studying chapter number 3, Polynomials. In this chapter, we have come to an end of the chapter. We are discussing the last practice set, that is practice set 3.6, and from that only two sums are remaining. Those we will discuss, and then we will start with problem set. I hope all of you must be ready with your textbook and notebook, pen. Okay, so go on writing the solutions here along with me only. If you don't complete it, then you can pause the video and you can complete your writing. Okay, so let us start. Practice set 3.6. See, question number 1 is discussed, and from question number 2, first and second sum is discussed. Now the third sum, which is again similar to first and second, you will find that here x square minus 6x, these two terms are same in both these brackets, so you can replace this x square minus 6x by m and then you can solve it. Okay, exactly similar to question number 1 and 2, so you will solve it as homework. Okay, now let's go ahead towards the fourth question. Okay, so question number 4 here is x square minus 2x plus 3 multiplied by x square minus 2x plus 5 minus 35. Okay, so again it is somewhat similar to previous three questions only, but here little difference is there that here we have two brackets in multiplication. So what we can observe here is from these two brackets, the first two terms, that is x square minus 2x, they are same. So whenever you find these same terms like this, it is very clear that we are going to replace those terms by the other alphabet. Like we will take here that substitute m is equal to x square minus 2x. In place of x square minus 2x, we are going to write m. So this is our very first step. Substitute m is equal to x square minus 2x. So this polynomial now we will rewrite as the new one by substituting m is equal to x square minus 2x. That means the old variable is replaced by new variable here. So see, in place of x square minus 2x, we are writing m. So in first bracket, we will get m plus 3. And in second bracket, we will get m plus 5. And this minus 35 as it is. Now let's open these two brackets. Okay, now you know how to multiply it. We have seen. So m into m is m square. Then m into 5 is 5m. 3 into m is 3m. And 3 into 5 is 15. Okay, so this way we can open the bracket. See, m square plus 5m plus 3m. And finally 3 into 5, 15. And minus 35 we are writing as it is. Now what we can observe here is these two are the similar terms and these two are similar terms. So we can add and subtract them. Okay. So here m square will remain as it is. Then 5m plus 3m is 8m. And here minus 35 plus 15, that will give us minus 20. Okay. So m square minus 8m minus 20. So see, this polynomial, which was originally not a quadratic polynomial, we converted it to quadratic polynomial by doing the proper substitution. Now we can use our regular method of solving. That means the splitting the middle term here. So see, here we have minus 20. So we will think of subtraction. So think, two numbers whose multiplication is 20 and difference is 8. Okay. From that also the bigger number will have plus sign and the smaller number will have minus sign because the middle term sign is positive. So this 20 we can factorize as 10 into 2. To be more specific, plus 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay. So this 8m, the middle term we can write as plus 10m minus 2m. Okay. So our next step is like this. See, first term and the last term is written as it is. Only the middle term is split. 10m minus 2m. Now all of you know the next step, that to group the terms and then take out common. So here from these first two terms we can take out m common. And here from these two we can take out minus 2 as common, and then we will get it like this. So here m is taken out common, so inside the bracket we got m plus 10, and here minus 2 is taken out common, so the other bracket is also m plus 10. You know that these two brackets are exactly same. So finally we can write down the factors as m plus 10 and m minus 2. Okay, but again we have to go for resubstitution because we want the answer in the original variable, that is x. So again we have to resubstitute. So resubstitute m is equal to x square minus 2x. So now the polynomial we can write like this. Again, see, the original polynomial is written, and then m is replaced by x square minus 2x plus 10, and here x square minus 2x minus 2. Now again we got quadratic polynomials. Now again we have to think, can we factorize it further? So think again. Here you have plus 10. So do we have numbers whose multiplication is 10 and difference is 2? Not possible, because see, 10 we can split as 10 ones are, but 10 minus 1 is 9. Also 10 we can split as 5 twos are, but 5 minus 2 is not 5 minus 2 is 3, which is not equal to 2. So it is not possible for us to factorize this. Now let's see about this quadratic polynomial. Here also, see, here you have minus sign. So there, here you need the factors where the multiplication is 2 and difference also is 2. 2 we can factorize only in one way, that is 2 ones are, but 2 minus 1 is 1. So here also we are not getting the factors. So we will keep it as it is. These are the factors of the polynomial x square minus 2x plus 3, x square minus 2x plus 5 minus 35. That's it. If we cannot factorize it, we have to keep it as it is. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now here we will starting with problem set, because question number 5 onwards they are cancelled. I told you in the beginning only before starting this question that question number 5, 6, 7 and 8 are not there. They are under the reduced syllabus. So only 4 questions from question number 2 you will prepare for your exam. Now let's go towards problem set. Okay, so problem set 3. All of you know that our problem set always starts with MCQ, multiple choice questions. So the very first question here is, write the correct alternative answer for each of the following questions. Okay, so let us start here. Which of the following is a polynomial? Okay, so 4 options are given, and out of that you have to find out that which one is a polynomial. Now just recall the definition of polynomial, that what is polynomial. First of all, a polynomial should have only one variable, because here in this chapter we are thinking about only one variable. Okay. The second thing is what here, that the index of the variable, like this here, see here. So the index of the variable, it should be a whole number. That means negative numbers, irrational numbers or fractions, they are not allowed here. Okay, so now what you can observe here is, here x upon y is in the denominator. Also we have two variables, so it is not possible. Then here you observe the index is root 2, which is irrational number, not a whole number. So this is also not a polynomial. See, x raised to minus 2. See, the index is negative, not possible. It doesn't fit in the definition of polynomial. So the answer is option D. You can see here that root 2, which is coefficient. Coefficient can be irrational, but only we have to think about the power. So here power is 2, which is positive, and this is constant term. So this is a polynomial. Tick the correct answer here in the textbook. Okay. But while writing the answer in the exam, you are going to write the correct option alphabet. For example, question number 1, sub question number 1, and then you will write D as it is. In round brackets, you will write D. Writing the correct option alphabet is compulsory. If you write the answer, then you will get 0 marks. Writing this alphabet is very important here in case of MCQ questions. Okay. Now let's go towards second one. What is the degree of the polynomial root 7? See, root 7 is a constant polynomial. What you will find here is variable is not there. But you know that here we can write root 7 as root 7 into 1, which is x raised to 0. Or when I taught you the lesson, that time I told you that when we have only number in the polynomial, it is called as constant polynomial. And for that constant polynomial, degree is always 0. Okay. So that is why the correct option is D here. Degree of constant polynomial is 0, that you have to keep in mind. So if you find the polynomial with simply a number, whether it is -2, -50, whatever, the degree is going to be 0. Okay. Next, third one. What is the degree of zero polynomial? So this also we have seen that 0, anything into 0 is 0. So here it is not possible for us to define the degree. So here what we will say, that degree of zero polynomial is undefined. So option number C is the correct option here. Now let's go towards the fourth one. What is the degree of the polynomial 2x square plus 5x cube plus 7? Degree means what? The highest index present. Here we have only one variable, so we will think of the highest index present. So here we can see that the highest index is 3. Here we have 2 and here we have 3. We have to think of the highest index or the biggest number there. So the answer is 3, option A. Okay, mark it. Now let's go towards the fifth sum. What is the coefficient form of x cube minus 1? Okay. If you can recall, I told you that the number of terms in the polynomial are always degree plus 1. So here degree is 3. So 3 plus 1, we should have 4 terms. So here simply you have to count the number of terms, that we should have 4 terms. That means we should have 4 coefficients. So therefore the correct option is C, because you will find that other places here we have only 2 coefficients. Here also we have 2 and here we have 3. So 3 plus 1, 4 coefficients we should have. So that is why this is the correct answer. Also you can check by yourself that when x cube is present, after x cube we should have term with x square. Then we should have term with x. Those two terms are missing. So in place of those two terms we are going to write 0. And then finally we have the last constant coefficient as -1. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Question number 6. P of x means polynomial in variable x is equal to x square minus 7 root 7x plus 3. Then P of 7 root 7 is equal to what? That means value of this polynomial for x is equal to 7 root 7. Okay, so here it is very easy to find the answer, because what you will observe is here 7 root 7 is there. So forget about replacing x by 7 root 7. Here 7 root 7, if you replace by x, then x into x you will get x square. And x square minus x square is 0. And you will be left out with plus 3. Okay. So, or if you substitute the values, then 7 root 7 the whole square minus 7 root 7 into 7 root 7. So again we are going to get 7 root 7 the whole square. So these first two terms will get cancelled and we will be left out only with this last term, that is plus 3, and therefore the correct option is A. Okay. Now let's go ahead towards the next sum. Question number 7. When x is equal to minus 1, what is the value of the polynomial 2x cube minus 2x? Okay, so here in place of x we have to substitute minus 1. So all of you please solve it in the notebook. Okay, as I am telling you, go on doing it. So replace x by minus 1. In place of x you are going to write minus 1 both the places. So minus 1 cube is minus 1. Cube of negative number is negative, that you know. And minus 1 into 2. So here you will get minus 2. And here also when you multiply 2 by minus 1, again you will get minus 2. So minus 2 and minus 2, your answer is minus 4. Okay, so the correct option is D, that is minus 4. See, because here negative number is there, therefore we will have minus 2 here and minus 2 here, which will be added and the sign will be same, that is negative. Okay, so option D is the correct answer here. You simply put the value and solve it, you are going to get the answer. Now let's go ahead. Question number 8. If x minus 1 is a factor of polynomial 3x square plus mx, then find the value of m. Okay, so here x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. It suggests that here when we put x is equal to 1, the answer is going to be 0 or the remainder is going to be 0. So here you have to replace x by 1. So when you will put here 1, 1 square is 1 and 1 into 3 is 3. Here you will get 3. And when you will put 1 here, here you will get m. So what we will get? 3 plus m is equal to 0. And from that we will get the answer of m as minus 3. So option number C is the correct answer here. So once again you see that it is told to us that this is a factor x minus 1 which is divisor. So we have to take opposite number. Opposite of minus 1 is plus 1. So put x is equal to plus 1 here. So 3 into 1 is 3 plus m into 1 is m. 3 plus m is 0 because it's a factor. And from that we can write down m is equal to minus 3. Okay. Now question number 9. Multiply x square minus 3 by 2x minus 7x cube plus 4 and write the degree of the product. Now, even though they have told to multiply, there is no need to multiply. If you can recall, when we have seen multiplication, that time what we have seen is that the degree of the product is always sum of these two polynomials degrees. Okay, so degree here is 2 and degree here is 3. So 3 plus 2, the degree of the product is going to be 5. Okay, so the answer is option A, that is 5. Now the last MCQ here. Let's start. Question number 10. Which of the following is a linear polynomial? Very easy to recognize. You know that we have seen three types of polynomial based on the degrees, and they are linear, quadratic and cubic. So the polynomial with degree 1 is called as linear polynomial. So here you will find that option A is the correct option because here the degree is 1. Here you will find the degree is 2 for option B. See, here degree is 2, here degree is 3 and here degree is 4. Linear means what? Degree should be 1. So here option A is the correct answer. Okay. So I hope all of you must have understood how to write down the MCQs. Once again, I will tell you that while writing the answer in the answer sheet, that time you are going to write only the correct option alphabet in round brackets. There is no need to write answer. Simply write question number 1, A, and then write down the sub question number, and in front of that you have to write down correct option alphabet. That's it. Okay. Now let's go ahead in problem set. Question number 2. Write the degree of the polynomial for each of the following. I hope you must have solved this sum, because when we completed practice set 3.1 and 3.2, I told you that you go on solving the similar sums from the problem set. So here you have to write down the degree. You know that when we have only one variable, we have to think of highest index. So here degree is 4. Here this is constant polynomial, so degree is 0. Very easy to write here. And here also we have only one variable, so we will think of the highest index. So here degree is 9. Very easy to write. Here the degree is 4. Here it is 0 because constant polynomial is there. And here it is 9. Think of the highest index when we have only one variable. Okay. Now question number 3. Write the following polynomials in standard form. You are going to write down the polynomials in standard form. Means you know that first you will find out the term with highest index. That term you will write down as the first term, and then the remaining terms you will arrange in descending order. So after 7x raised to 4, you will write minus x cube, then you will write plus 4x square, then minus x, and finally plus 9. So arranging in the descending order of the powers is called as what? Standard form. So everywhere you are going to do the same thing. So here also you will find that the term with highest index is 5p raised to 4. So that will come first. So 5p raised to 4 plus 2p cube plus 10p square plus p minus 8. So in this way we can arrange the polynomials in standard form. Okay. You have to complete it as homework. Next, question number 4. Write the following polynomials in coefficient form now. In MCQ, we have discussed such sum. Now here, when you want to write down the coefficient form, first of all, you have to write down the polynomial in index form. That means write down the missing terms also. So here after x raised to 4, term with x cube is missing, term with x squared is missing, and term with x is missing. So all the three places you will write down the missing terms with coefficient 0, and then you will write down the coefficient form. So here the coefficient form will be 1, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0 plus 16. Because here three terms are missing, so in between you will write down three zeros. 1, 0, 0, 0, and then 16. Now here see, the degree is 5. So 5 plus 1, we should have 6 terms. But here we have having only 4 terms. So again here 2 terms are missing. Term with m raised to 4 and m cube is missing. So write down these 2 terms in the middle here with 0 as the coefficient, and then you will write down coefficient form. So it will be 1, 0, 0, 2, 3 and 15 in round brackets, correct? So it's very easy to write. We have done such sums in the practice set. Okay, so you will complete it as homework. Now let's go ahead. Okay, so this sum also we have done. Question number 5. Write the index form of the polynomial using variable x from its coefficient form. Okay, so it may be index form or it may be standard form also. As I have told you that there are printing mistakes in the textbook, and so read and do accordingly. If it is index form, then you have to write down missing terms also. And if you are provided with standard form, then you can skip those missing terms. So here coefficient form is given. So count the coefficients 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 minus 1. Degree here is 4. 5 minus 1, 4. So the first coefficient here, it is having x raised to 4. So what we are going to get here? 3x raised to 4 minus 2x cube plus 0x square plus 7x plus 18. Okay. Similarly, here you have 4 coefficients. So 4 minus 1 degree is 3. So you will start with x cube here. Here also 4 coefficients. So 4 minus 1 degree is 3. So here also you will start with x cube. Now let's go ahead. Question number 6. Add the following polynomials. So this also you will do by yourself. We have done it. You have to write down first polynomial in first bracket, then write down plus sign and the second polynomial in second bracket. Then you have to write like terms together and you need to add or subtract them. Like 7x raised to 4 and 3x raised to 4. They are like terms. So you will write them together. Then terms with x cube you will write them together and add. The single terms you will write as it is. So right terms you like together and then you add or here. Okay. Accordingly you do it. Similarly you can do for the second one also. Like you can see that these 3p cube q and minus 2p cube q, they are like terms. So these two you can write together while adding. See these two are like, so these two also you can add. Then this is different term, no similar term is present, and here also it is alone plus 7. So you can do it. Now let's go ahead. Question number 7. So same as addition, you can go for subtraction also. First polynomial minus the second polynomial. See, subtract second polynomial from the first. So first will appear in first bracket, then minus, and then in the second bracket you will write second polynomial. The only change is here what? You will change the signs of the terms from the second polynomial, and then simply you will take like terms together and then you will add or subtract. Okay. So it is very much similar to what we have done in the practice set. Same now multiply. You know how to multiply. We have done it. If you don't have not understood, then you can see that video again to understand it better. This sum also you are going to solve by yourself. Divide polynomial 3x cube minus 8x square plus x plus 7 by x minus 3 using synthetic method and write the quotient and remainder. Again, this is homework for you. Synthetic division practice set 3.4 we have completed. So we have seen the sums in detail there. Once again, I'm telling you that if you don't understand the method, then please do watch that video again and try to understand it. Still, if you face any problem, you can ask me. Now let's go ahead. Question number 10 here. For which the value of m, or actually it should be for which value of m, the should not be there. X plus 3 is a factor of the polynomial x cube minus 2mx plus 21. Okay. So here it is told that x plus 3, that is divisor, is a factor of this polynomial. That means if we use the factor theorem, it indicates that the remainder is 0. Okay, so first of all, we have to take the given polynomial as px. That is our first step. Okay, so what we can write from the question is x plus 3 is a factor of px, that is equal to x cube minus 2mx plus 21. So since it's a factor, by factor theorem we can say that p of minus 3 is equal to 0. Remainder is 0. That means value of this polynomial for opposite of this plus 3, that is minus 3, is 0. Okay. Since it is a factor, that is why we can write 0 and take exactly opposite number. Here we have plus 3 here. So we are going to write minus 3. So when we put x is equal to minus 3 here in the given polynomial, its value is 0. So let's substitute x is equal to minus 3 in px. So from this we can write down p of minus 3 as minus 3 cube minus 2m into minus 3 plus 21. See, simply x we are replacing by minus 3. Remaining things we are keeping as it is. Now minus 3 cube is minus 27. Cube of negative number is negative. And here this minus and this minus will give us plus 6m. 2 3s are 6 and m. Okay, so minus 27 plus 6m plus 21. And here on the left hand side we are going to write 0. So what we can write down here is, therefore 0 is equal to minus 27 plus 6m plus 21. Now see, minus 27 plus 21, opposite signs are there. So we have to subtract. 27 minus 21, we are going to get minus 6 because 27 is bigger number. Okay. So we can subtract here and we can write it like this. Therefore 0 is equal to minus 6 plus 6m. Now this minus 6 we can shift to LHS, and from that we will get 6m is equal to 6, and from that m is equal to 6 divided by 6, that is 1. So here value of m is 1. Okay. Whenever it is told that it is a factor, you should understand that the remainder, that means value of the polynomial for the opposite number here is 0. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now see, question number 11 onwards are under the reduced syllabus. Okay, so they will not be asked in the exam. So you can solve it as a practice. Solve it as practice so that you can understand the topic better. Even though it is under reduced syllabus, it is not told that you should completely avoid it. You can do it, because see, this is simplification. It is simply like addition and subtraction. This is sum from subtraction. Okay, so even though they are from the reduced syllabus, still they are under the topics taught only. And you know that in 9th and 10th standard, some questions are always asked of out of the text. So examiner, even in 10th standard examiner can ask the questions outside the textbook. So for your better practice, you can solve it as a self study. Okay students, so with this we have completed chapter number 3, polynomials. So students, today I am stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you students.